report from the United States government. The government of the United States has released its human rights report for 2023. But first of all, I want to know from you whether the Independent National Commission on Human Rights also feed the U.S. government with some of these data that they use in their report, or they have their independent observation of the happenings in the country.
Well, according to the mandate of the Independent National Human Rights Commission, we are responsible to promote and protect the rights of the Liberian people.
Okay.
And based upon this, in fact, we have been working since we took over. Before I come to the issue of the State Department Human Rights Report, I want to tell you that because of our hard work, we're given A status.
A status, meaning?
Yeah, meaning that we are up to date by the international community. And so, usually what we do is we prepare our situation report, we call yearly human rights situation report. We share it among the government officials. Right now, I have with me here the situation report for 2023. This is the copy. The president got one copy, we sent it to him. The pro tem, the Speaker of the House, we share it. And then also, we share the report among all the international community, the ambassadors and all, to be aware of what is going on. So we are aware. After our monitors give us the report and we cross-check and we find out that everything is correct, we have to furnish that information to the international community.
Okay. And so probably some of those, the data in that report might be or might reflect on some of what the U.S. government got in their own report. But this report is saying, first of all, the good news is that no political prisoner in jail, freedom of speech is at its peak, and I'm sure that resonates with your report as well.
Definitely, we do that from time to time. Our year before last report, we made it clear that the former president we had no political prisoners. Freedom of expression, press was in line. That's it.
And what does this that one mean for the country? Especially through a period of political issues, and we got at the end of the day no political prisoner, freedom of expression still granted. What does that mean for Liberia?
Now, besides the no political prisoners, that's not the major issue.
Okay.
The major issue is the violation of human rights. Is what we are concentrating on. I will. Let me read something to you.
Okay.
In our report, we got disappearances of people.
Disappearances.
Yeah. I will call your attention to a gentleman who disappeared in Grand Gila County. You were working with NEC.
Okay.
You can remember that.
Yeah.
Okay. He went to take treatment somewhere and he disappeared. Up to this date, he have not been found. Another man in Grand Bassa disappeared. He went for prayer and then he disappeared.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, remember that one also.
Okay. Now, what happening is that our concern as human rights institution is that the government must make sure to protect life and property. Our concern as an institution that protects life and property and also the rights of the Liberian people is that there must be accountability. Our security sector must make sure that those who, committing this crime must be brought to justice. But most of these crimes are being committed, they would say that they are investigated and you will never get any report from the security sector. This is the concern that Human Rights Commission has. And so in most instances, we hold the government responsible because it is the government responsibility to protect the Liberian people. It is our mandate that they give us.
Mm.
Yeah.
So, meaning that these people just get missing. At the end of the day, there is no even clue of a suspect to know that, yes, this person got missing. We got a suspect to say, probably you are held responsible in connection with this person's disappearance. This is what's happening.
This is what's happening, and this is where we got concern from. The security sector will say they do investigation, and they will investigate, and nothing will come from the investigation. So, having no political prisoners, freedom of expression, it's not our concern. Our concern is the life of the Liberian people.
That's just a plus.
It's
right?
Just it's a plus. But the idea, or what we are seeing as human rights institution, is that the government must be able to protect the Liberian people.
Okay.
In the absence of that, we hold the government responsible.
Councillor, we will give you a little time, right, to give us the overall situation of human rights issues in the country, because you have all of the stats. You have your observers, your people in the field giving you all of the information as to what's happening, and you can help us to understand and probably put a grade to Liberia human rights situation.
Okay. Reference to what you are saying is that I will read to you the type of crimes that are being committed with impunity. We have this disappearances of people, mysterious death. I will emphasize that mysterious death. Then we have arbitrary arrest and detention. Then we have juvenile justice and detention. Then death in the custody of police. You get it clear?
Yeah, which is something we will elaborate on, because your commission is under the spotlight for that.
Definitely.
Okay.
Death in the custody of the police. Then we get sexual violence against children. Children's rights are not protected. Then we have Liberians are entitled to health, but today you go to the hospital, no drugs. It's a violation of the rights of the Liberian people, because it is disheartening to note that people go to the hospital, they can't even get paracetamol. People die because of that. So the Human Rights Commission now is concerned about the situation that is happening in this country. Now, this government, President Barker just coming in, not even 3 months here.
Of course.
Okay. So we are now holding him responsible. But we are calling the attention of the present government must make sure that the rights of the Liberian people are protected.
You are not holding this government responsible, but you are still taking stats of the new government.
Yeah, but there's a problem. I'm coming to it.
Okay.
The security sector, like for example, there's a fellow they call Prince Welju, died in the police cell week before last at airport. I mean, FE or police depot.
Okay.
Because he had a contract with one of our commissioners. And the commissioner, instead of going to the police, used gangsters to arrest this guy. According to the brother and family, he was tortured. The guy was tortured.
Tortured by the gangsters?
By the gangsters, yeah. And our commissioner now took him to the police cell. The next day he died. When he died, we sent our monitor to go investigate what was happening at the police station. The commander of the police station said the man died by way of hanging.
Suicide.
Which is very, it's surprising to anybody. Where were the police when they met our community? Because it's a small place. There were 5 of them that were in the police cell. If you are committing or let's say suicide, you won't tell me they could not call the police, a friends in there.
And he alone was not in the cell?
No, there were 5. Then they say, then what happened? Our monitors told us, in fact, the brother told us that as soon as you enter, before you get in the cell, they will take all your clothes, your shirt.
Yeah, because I remember your statement said, quoting the brother, said he saw his brother lastly without shirt.
Without shirt. Then now they're hanging him up and say he used T-shirt to hang himself. So we are holding the police responsible. The police must investigate thoroughly what killed the young man.
So besides investigation, is there more to that? Are you going to do anything more than that besides just calling for investigation? And probably like what you said, investigation again, and at the end of the day, there is nothing coming out of it?
What we are saying, my brother, is that those who names call, they call the names of people who torture him. Including, even, they say one of our commissioners was involved in that. So whether he government official or not, he's not above the law.
What has your commission said about this case?
Well, according to the interview that he granted, he said that he don't believe it that the man committed suicide. Then who killed him? When they accusing him of paying people to torture the young man. But he said that he did not believe that the man committed suicide. So the question there is that if you say that the man did not commit suicide, then who killed him? And you are the reason why the Human Rights Commission is concerned is that after the guy was tortured according to the family, he used our vehicle, a project car that we have.
The commissioner now?
Yeah, he used the project car and went to the place where they tortured this fellow and took him from there and carried him to the police cell. The next day he died. Then he said, you don't believe that the man committed suicide. Then what happened now?
And this is something that took protests at your office, and even the families, the family is still threatening that they could do more if nothing is done in the soonest possible time. So has the, investigation commenced already?
Well, I got information today that the civil society have taken siege of the matter. Councillor Gonglo is the chairperson for that committee, the independent committee.
Okay.
To actually probe what killed the young man. And we are calling for, autopsy report. Because the man did not commit suicide according to the man who hired his services to prepare his car for $200. And because he didn't repair the car, so he asked, those gangsters to arrest the man. And they torture him. So we have to investigate, and I want to make it clear, and I hope that President, Baka is listening to me somewhere, that whoever is involved, you can be government official, you have to be, punished, you have to go to court. The Human Rights Commission is believing in the rule of law, and this government, President Baka assured the Liberia people that there will be no culture of impunity, and this is why he emphasized that there will be the establishment of war crime court.
And we will go to that, and that will, I'm sure, take most of our time on the program today. I want us to go to Grand Kitman County, B Mountain. The protests there led to a shootout. Deaths were reported in Grand Kitman County at the B Mountain Mining Company. You were investigating that. What have you found so far?
Well, we are compiling a report to send it to the government. But what we discover is that the police used excessive force. They violated the rights of the citizens there because they were protesting because the company refused to abide by the agreement. But the police went on a rampage. A 4-person died. We're compiling a report, then we send it to the president to act. Those police officers that are responsible for the killing of those 4 persons have to be prosecuted. They have to disrobe them and send them to court.
Okay.
Because we went to King George twice. We just came from there last week. That's it.
Okay, so hopefully that report can be in as soon as possible to grant the family on that side justice as well. I want us to now talk about this pressing issue, Councillor Brown, that has to do with the establishment of a war and economic crimes code. The legislature has done its part. The House of Representatives and the Senate have already signed this resolution, and it's probably before the president now for his own action. So with the happening currently, right, with the action from the legislature, what's next according to your perspective or international best practice?
I think on several occasions, the act that established the commission give us the right or the authority as advisor to the government on human rights issue.
Okay.
So we have been advocating for the establishment of the War Crime and Economic Crime Court. Now, the TRC report gives the commission the power to implement the 207 recommendations that were made. But one of the major issues that the commission is looking at now, it has to do with criminal accountability. The criminal accountability has to do with the wanton killing. Genocide was committed here. So we are saying that we are supporting the United Party government that is determined to establish the War Crime Court. So we advise the president that since there was concurrence of the resolution from the House of Representatives, and the Senate, then he should send down an executive order to establish offices for the Economic Crime Court and the War Crime Court.
They will be separate, right?
They're separate, yeah. The Economic Crime Court is quite different because the term of reference of the Economic Crime Court will be quite different from that of War Crime Court.
Okay.
Now, the reason why I listen always that there are people who misconstrue the concept of the War Crime Court. Liberia is a signatory to the Geneva Convention and ratified that convention 1954. That convention made it clear, and mind you, if you ratify any instrument, it's binding on the government. Now, they are saying that War Crime Code is not necessary in Liberia, but most of the people are saying, I listen to them.
They also speak about amnesty.
That's what I'm coming to now.
Okay.
The convention, the Rome Statute, the Geneva Convention prohibits that. Now, under the international law, crime against humanity and war crimes, which include genocide, there is no amnesty. In fact, there is no statute of limitation. That 30 year, 4 year, no. As soon as the government discover that, you can be arrested if there's a court around there that will, try you. Now, in 2000, the Secretary General of the United Nations addressed the Assembly, world leaders, and made it clear that I am telling you that in civil crisis, you can grant amnesty, but not war crime and crime against humanity.
Okay.
Genocide, where because you are crime man, they will kill you. You global man, crime man will kill you. You geo man, crime man will kill you. The Secretary General said no. Amnesty in civil crisis is for peace and reconciliation. But there are certain crimes you cannot grant amnesty. War crimes, crime against humanity, genocide, you cannot. Now, let me tell you what happened. In 2003, when Charles Taylor left,
Mose
Blah was president. But because Mose Blah fought in the southeastern region and killed a lot of people, because they were where I came from. So he decided to set up, a group that is or MPFL or MPP government and granted amnesty, general amnesty to the warlords. It's illegal. You can't do that.
So as it is, would there have to be, another legislative, notification of that amnesty? Or it is understood that since it was war crime or it is war crimes that these people will be tried for, obviously that is not involved.
Now, there was the Charter case in several special court. That issue of amnesty came about. The caption of the case is that Bowie, GBOA, versus the prosecutor of the special court in Freetown. That issue was raised, and the judges said, no, we will not pay attention to amnesty because the crime you committed, the crime against humanity, is a war crime. So that will apply here also. That issue of war crime, nobody will look at that. It makes no sense. You say, because you kill the Mongolian impunity, it can't work. We will insist that these people are given due process that will be tried.
Okay. And one thing is that because in recent time, some local dailies have been, publishing names of individuals who, according to them, might be the ones, try when this court is established. I want to know what are the RNCHR along with its partners, or some of these war crime code campaigners, and even the international community have already, drafted a list of those who they think that will face the court, or the court will be established before you start looking for people around to go to the court.
What happening is that on the issue of as to who to be tried, the Independent National Human Rights Commission will be having a one-day dialogue to for the map, the roadmap